Yes, sir. Niners. Jimmy G just got done beating the New Orleans Saints, the number one dog in the NFC, 48-46 on a Robbie Gould walk-off game-winning field goal. Unbelievable game. Shootout from the start. Garoppolo had a bomb to Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders had a hell of a game. He threw a touchdown pass. Defense played well. Could have been better. There's always room for improvement, especially when, it's a high-scoring game like it was. But there's nothing but to be proud of this Niners team and the way they battled through today's win. We improved to 11-2, and we officially clinch a playoff berth with the LA Rams loss tonight. So if the Seahawks end up beating the Rams tonight on Sunday Night Football, the 49ers are in the playoffs for the first time since 2013. And that would be huge. It's been a long ride for 49ers fans. I know that. You guys know that. Now that we can actually finally say we are a good football team, we just knocked off the New Orleans Saints in Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans in a hostile environment where nobody thought we were going to win this football game. I told you guys in that preview video, for some reason I think there's this weird feeling. For some reason I think we're going to win this football game. I knew we were going to win this football game. The Niners would not go into the Niners being how good they are would not lose 2 games in a row. That's just unheard of. That's uncalled for. The 49ers didn't let that happen. They weren't going to let that happen, and they didn't let that happen. And they ended up beating the Saints. This was one of the best games the 49ers have played this year. Obviously, last week against Baltimore, that was a really good game. But this one, shootout-wise, there was no weather condition problems. It was strictly indoor football, a gunsling shootout between Jimmy Garoppolo and Drew Brees, and Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners came out on top. George Kittle, the most badass tight end in the league, the best in the league, came up clutch on that last play when he was getting drugged down by the face mask, 15-yard penalty on top of that 39-yard run he had, which made, obviously, Robbie Gould perfect position to kick a field goal for the win to send the 49ers to 11-2. The Saints dropped to 10-3. The 49ers clinch a playoffs berth with the Rams losing tonight. So really all the Niners have to do tonight is hope for a Rams loss, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So, like I said, you can't really say anything other than how good this 49ers team showed up and played. They competed with the Saints team throughout. There was no really time where, the Saints got ahead, except for when they were at one point up 8 or up 14 points or 13 points. Jimmy threw an interception off of Emmanuel Sanders' hands. But, dude, listen, none of Jimmy Garoppolo's interceptions. Jimmy had a hell of a game, probably the best game he played all season against the Saints. And just because he threw an interception does not mean we should question that. The 49ers are by far the best, not by far, but the 49ers are the best team in the NFC. The Seahawks are not better than them. The Saints are not better than them. The Packers are not better than them. And whoever the hell else is in the NFC, they're not. The 49ers are the best team in the NFC. And it's proved. We just proved it today. We went into New Orleans, into Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and knocked off the Saints. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. Emmanuel Sanders, hell of a game. Raheem Mostert ran the ball really, really well. Matt Breida came back, ran the ball really, really well. Kendrick Bourne, 2 touchdown catches, played a phenomenal. Kittle obviously had the clutch play at the end and then had a touchdown earlier in the game. Garoppolo was making plays with his feet out there on third downs when nobody was open. Just an overall great effort, team win, and the game really came down to who wanted it more, and the 49ers wanted it more, and it proved why. Garoppolo, 26 for 35, 349 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Phenomenal game. The option run by Juszczyk when Jimmy pitched it to, or gave it to Juszczyk, and then Juszczyk pitched it off to Raheem Mostert. Hell of a play call. the Niners were diving deep in their playbook, and it helped in why we won this football game. So, hell of a win. We improved to 11-2, and like I said, we clinched the playoffs with the Rams loss tonight against the Seahawks. So hopefully we can see the Niners get in the playoffs tonight. And I'm going to watch some post-game videos. So, as always, man, go Niners. Sadly, Weston Richburg broke his leg today, and he'll be out for the remainder of the season. But, next man up. It's been like that this whole season, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Dee Ford went out as well, aggravated his hamstring again, I believe. So hopefully that's not too serious, and hopefully it was just a caution thing as to why they took him out. Hopefully he's ready to go next week. But hell yeah, man. Niners win in New Orleans 48-46 in a shootout between Jimmy Garoppolo and Drew Brees, and the Niners improved to 11-2 and are atop the NFC. Peace out, guys.